On the show, we debate the Telangana tangle. This is the NewsX debate. I'm Athar Khan. Joining me tonight will be Dr. D. Shravan Kumar, spokesperson of the Telangana Rashtriya Samiti, TRS. He joins us from Hyderabad. Many thanks, sir, for joining us. Sudhanshu Mittal joins us, leader of the BJP, joins us from Delhi. Also joining us in just a bit will be Poonam Prabhakar from the Congress. With me in the studio is Parsa Venkateshwara Rao, political analyst. Many thanks, sir, for joining us on the NewsX debate. I'll start with you, Parsa, if I can, before I go to Mr. Shravan Kumar. There is this feeling that the Congress is trying to play both sides. One, trying to cater to the Telangana demand. On the other side, wanting to keep their stamp on the state, also playing up the Rayalaseema and Seema Andhra. How much truth is there in that speculation?
No, it's not speculation. It is a reality because the Congress party has stakes in both the regions of the state. As a matter of fact, the three regions of the state. And it is trying desperately to retain the advantage as much as possible in all the regions as such. By giving Telangana, that is the speculation, it wants to be seen as this government, Congress has given the Telangana. At the same time, it wants to appease or cajole and assure the Andhra MPs and MLAs that they would not lose in the bargain and that they will be, their financial interests will be taken care of. Now, that is not going to be an easy thing to do. Right. Easier said than done, because it's a complicated process.
And it's a difficult one for the Congress.
It's a very difficult one.
Mr. Shravan Kumar, let me come to you. You, of course, are the spokesperson of the TRS. There have been some allegations by the Joint Action Committee as well as your party that this spate of resignations is masterminded by current CM Kiran Reddy. Would you like to say something about that?
I think it's absolutely a correct information what you got, Mr. Akhtar Khan. It is Mr. Kiran Kumar Reddy who instigated few Congress MLAs from the Andhra region to initially tender their resignations against the Telangana statehood formation. And subsequently, there has been a competition between Congress and YSR Congress Party to grab their share of space in the region of Andhra. Then the YSR Congress Party also has started tendering these resignations. It appears that both YSR Congress Party and the Mr. Kiran Kumar Reddy, both of them seem to have been colluded and then resorted to this kind of undemocratic blackmail tactic of resignations right now.
Okay, fair point. I take that point. I want to take it across to other panelists. But before I do that, Mr. Shravan Kumar, I'll go to Sudhanshu Mittal. Mr. Mittal, the Congress has been dithering on this demand since 2004. I mean, I have figures here. They say one thing, then they backtrack. Mr. Chidambaram says he looks into it. They're very close to an announcement, then they backtrack again. How long can the Congress really delay it? I mean, they've been casualties. They've lost leaders to the TRS. Mr. Keshav Rao walked away. Vivek walked away. Jagannathan walked away. This is a dangerous situation for the Congress.
Mr. Athar, the problem with the Congress is that it does not value its words. 1,000 suicides by youngsters in Telangana, and yet the Congress is not moved. It promises Telangana in its 2004 manifesto, ties up with TRS, fights the election jointly, and then goes back on its word. The present Home Minister, when he took charge, very boastfully claimed that within 2 months the issue would be solved. You know, he was trying to give an impression of his efficiency. And look what has happened. The problem of Congress is that they have 33 seats in Andhra. They are the largest contingent as far as they are concerned in the present Lok Sabha of their own strength. Now, because of the shady politics they have been playing over the dead bodies of youngsters, they are on the losing end on both. The people in Telangana do not trust them because the way they have treated the issue of Telangana for the last 9 years. And the people of Andhra do not trust them, Rayalaseema do not trust them because they see Congress hobnobbing this way and that way. You see, unlike BJP, which has said we prefer and we favor small states, we are committed to Telangana, we are unequivocal. We have not been playing politics. Congress, on the other hand, has only been playing politics, and that to dishonest politics.
Okay, Mr. Mittal, let me get...
Enough bloodshed has taken place in on the issue of Telangana.
Mr. Mittal, let me get a Congress...
You know, my humble, just 1 minute. My humble appeal is let no more youngsters lose their lives, because it's an emotive issue which, unless leads to a logical conclusion, you will see a lot more incidents, unpleasant incidents.
Okay, Ponam Prabhakar joins us. He's from the Congress. He's for Telangana also. I've had a chat with him before also. Mr. Prabhakar, all day today in Delhi, your top state leadership, the Chief Minister was there, Mr. Botsa Satyanarayan was here, other leaders from the state were huddling in with the top brass, and Mr. Digvijay Singh finally says that the consultation period is over and now they will tell us of a decision as and when it's taken. There are also allegations that the people of Rayalaseema and Seema Andhra have absolutely no problem with the creation of a new Telangana state. The problem lies with vested interests by some leaders of the Congress party inside Andhra Pradesh. Would you agree with that?
No, this is a long pending demand. From 60 years we are fighting for this cause, and we are asking not new state formation. Try to understand this point important. We are asking our old state, we are asking demerger. First, that is thing. And the allegations may be, whatever it may be, the Rayalaseema, what happened, Andhra, what happened. This Telangana cause is public aspiration. This is the promised by Congress party, is responsible to fulfill Congress party. 2009, after announcement, they are taking consultation process for a long time to rectify things or satisfy other part of people. We think they are satisfied, but sometimes some people always in a division, a large state divisioning, some people are opposing this issue, but ultimately we believe our leadership, what they taken decision in December 9th, that will implement, that will happen, Telangana creation will happen.
Okay, Mr. Shravan Kumar, I'll put the same question to you. The allegation is that the people of Rayalaseema and Seema Andhra have absolutely no issue with creation of a Telangana state. In fact, they would welcome it. But the problem lies with the leaders because they have something to lose. Would you agree?
In fact, your observation is absolutely right, Mr. Khan. The ordinary people, the common people who are in Rayalaseema or Andhra are absolutely not against the Telangana statehood formation. In fact, if you look at the context a little more closely, once Telangana state is formed, the Andhra also will get a separate state, and the fruits of democracy will be very actively reached to all the people of deprived sections of Andhra and Rayalaseema also. So therefore, the Andhra and Telangana ordinary people, common men, are not at all against the Telangana state formation. But then, only as you rightly pointed out, the few vested interested people, particularly the corporate politicians and contractor politicians who have converted politics into a real estate business, those people are now actually working against the interest of the Telangana state formation, and they are unnecessarily creating rumors among, and then some kind of an uncertain situation and some kind of fears that they are creating among the people of Andhra that if Telangana state is formed, we will all have problems of water, problems of employment, all kinds of rumors that they have created, and then they want to create a confusion, thrive out of that confusion. So therefore, it is only a few corporate politicians who are trying to obstruct. People of Andhra, people of Rayalaseema are actually looking for the state formation so that their lives also will be bettered, their fate also will be bettered, the fruits of democracy and development will be reaching them effectively.
Bifurcation is not going to be an easy process to go. I'll come to that in just a bit when I go to Parsa, but before that, Mr. Mittal, quick comment, brief comment.
Arthur ji, if you remember, just 3 weeks or 4 weeks back, there was this rally which the Congress held demanding Telangana. I mean, look at the absurdity, look at how they want to befool people, and look at all the leaders of the Congress. I mean, we have a demand, we believe in our leadership, we believe in this, we believe in that. I mean, what consultation? Last 9 years, hasn't Congress been able to finish with all the consultations required? I mean, in the name of consultation, all what you are doing is to perpetrate the rot which has set in. You have rightly pointed out the allegation that there are vested interests which are preventing the creation of Telangana is absolutely true. It's not at a people's level that there's a problem. The problem lies at the level of the vested interest in the leadership
point
of the
taken.
Congress
Point taken.
in Andhra Pradesh.
Point taken, sir.
They
Point
are
taken.
land sharks. They have corporate sharks.
Point taken. I want to go to
and that's the reason what it is not being done.
I want to go to Parsa and ask him a slightly tougher question. Parsa, now CM Reddy, Kiran Reddy, is absolutely against the bifurcation of the state. So is the Deputy CM, by the way, is from Telangana. He wants bifurcation. The PCC chief, Botsa Satyanarayan, is also dead
one point
against.
I can say there's a vertical division, sir.
No, I'll come to you, sir. I'll come to you. I'll come to you in just a bit. Let me ask Mr. Parsa for a question first. The point is this late rearguard action that we were talking about just before the debate started. Now, this late surge, if you will, by supporters of a united Andhra, I have a feeling, and this is my own feeling, I have a feeling that this is not going to change the High Command's decision, which I think the decision has been taken for the creation of Telangana, and this late rearguard action might not change the top brass's mind. How wrong could I be?
You may not be too far off the mark, but I think this is a bargaining chip for the Andhra leaders, that they have to get the maximum out of the bifurcation, that they do not lose out on their investments, which are very heavy and very huge in the state of in the city of Hyderabad. But I think in trying to solve the problem of Hyderabad, in trying to protect the investments of the Andhra capitalists, the government will have a very tough thing going. The most impractical thing is to say that Hyderabad should remain the joint capital for the state, because Hyderabad physically is in the heart of Telangana. So it might work as a temporary capital, but the Andhras will have to build their own capital. And I think Ponnam Prabhakar is absolutely right. This is not the creation of a new state, but it is the restoration of the Hyderabad state, which existed after the police action 1948 and stayed on till 1956, when it merged with the rest of the Telugu-speaking districts and made into Andhra Pradesh. So I think if they were to go back and say we are only restoring, then the Congress will save itself a lot of problems. Otherwise, it may have to go in for the second state reorganization commission. It will have to counter and contain the demands for Bundelkhand, for Gorkhaland, and for Vidarbha.
Yeah. And Harit Pradesh and so many others.
Yes. So if they were to go back and say, no, we are not creating a new state, we are only restoring the old state, which was part of the gentleman's agreement which was made in 1956 when the Telugu districts from Madras presidency and merged with the Hyderabad state.
Okay. Ponnam Prabhakar, I think you had a point to make. Make that point quickly before I go to Shravan Kumar.
There is a vertical division in Seemandhra people and Telangana people. After this agitation from almost all 2009, they are talking terms also, they are losing talking terms. That's why I am requesting the other part of my state, Seemandhra leaders, some Western interest leader, whoever may be, please we support to bifurcation, and we will divide as a friendly. Tomorrow we will leave together to Telugu states. That is our humble request.
Okay, but Mr. Prabhakar, how will your Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Kiran Reddy, is staunchly opposed to the move. Now, if in case tomorrow the Congress decides that Telangana has to be bifurcated, how do you think he will react? He is after all the Chief Minister and the state leader, and if he is opposed to it, don't you think the aftermath of the creation of a Telangana state will have a whole new outlook of politics in both Telangana and Andhra?
I am not thinking anything because Kiran Kumar Reddy may be Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, but is a Congress Chief Minister. He is agreed to obey Congress word. He definitely he should agree, oblige of Congress High Command decision, and he should, as per the High Command decision, he should be acting in the local assembly also.
Okay.
Otherwise, how can he do politics?
Okay, point taken. Mr. Mittal, yes, go ahead.
Atharji, whether the physiology used is creation or demerger, everybody understands the reality. So the implications vis-a-vis creation of the other new states, which are smaller, will be faced by this nation. And frankly, in the interest of governance, we need to really reorganize the states in terms of the optimal size in which these states should be administered. Having said so, the problem with Congress right now is that they're trying to look at a formula as to how to retain a few seats, because as they stand today, they are going to be routed both in Telangana as well as in Andhra. Now, a party which had 33 MPs is on the verge of not even having 4 MPs. So it is for this reason that they're trying to work out various details and deals,
Okay.
cutting various deals.
I'm glad you brought up that
TRS,
point, sir.
Would you merge with us? This, that way, you know.
I'm glad you talked about elections because people see that as a big factor in what the Congress finally decides on Telangana. I'll come to that. I'll come to Parsa for that for just a bit. But Mr. Shravan Kumar, before that, I want to ask you a question. Now, the Telangana and every Telangana leader I've talked to has told me that it is a justified demand. It's a people's movement, and the people of Telangana need a state all to themselves. My question is this, sir. We talked about vested interests and how some leaders are opposing it. Now, people who will be outside Telangana, that is to say Rayalaseema and Seema Andhra, now they have something to worry about. What is that? The infrastructure, the businesses, everything will get affected if a separate Telangana state is created. Don't you think those people will lose out? People who are outside of Telangana will be stuck in Rayalaseema and Andhra. They will lose out on businesses, infrastructure. It does affect people of Andhra Pradesh, does it not?
I just wanted to place one thing on record that Telangana movement is almost about 57-year-old movement.
Right.
And probably after the Indian independence movement led by Mr. Gandhi, the largest people movement, if at all, happened in the country, that is the Telangana movement. And last 57 years we have been struggling and fighting for the statehood of Telangana. Much against the will and wishes of the Telangana people, much against the first SRC recommendations, the Telangana state was forcibly merged with the Andhra Pradesh. That is one. Second, yes, today Congress, lot of expectations were raised in today's meeting of the core committee, and it would have been ideal for the Congress party to have taken a decision and then announced that decision today. And there has been an undue delay, it took place, and there has been a severe impact of the Telangana agitation and 1,000 sacrifices made, and Congress today is in a compulsive situation to take a positive decision. Now the question comes, I think Mr. P.V. Rao made a remark about the investors, and as well as he talked about the second SRC, that is the ideal path for resolving this issue, is what I think he made a mention. Now talking about the Hyderabad investments, one thing I wanted to place on record, much before the state for Andhra Pradesh formation, Telangana was the largest, Hyderabad state was the third largest city in the country. We had a separate rail, we had a separate the electricity generation sources, we had our own road transport, but even today...
But sir, I'm asking you, won't
no, I'll talk about the investments. I'll talk about the investment. No, let me, I'll talk about the investments. Now, talking about the investments,
no problem for
just because 10% of investments made by the Andhra leaders, they can't claim the ownership on Hyderabad. Today in Hyderabad, it's a global city. You have investments made by people from across the country and across the globe. That is one thing that we have to realize. And I also want to quote Mr. Ambedkar, who said when the same issue was raised, when there was a bifurcation took place between Bombay and the Gujarat, an investor, just because he made an investment in a particular region for their own development, does not become the owners. That is what Ambedkar said when Gujaratis wanted to make a claim on the Bombay. So therefore the same analogy of what Ambedkar said will be applicable in the context of Hyderabad also. Just because you made few investments because of your own commercial interests, you cannot claim. And number one. Number two, we are going to be governed by the Indian Constitution. Telangana is not going to be a separate country like Bangladesh or Pakistan. After all, Pakistan, Telangana will be controlled by the Indian Parliament, Indian Constitution. So where will these investments go? Who is going to seize or grab them?
Okay.
And third is, we are not the first state that we are forming after the first SRC.
Okay,
now,
you put your point across.
There have been number of states formed, there are number of protocols, precedences that have been established.
It's a long process,
and,
I understand that.
There was no problem when
there's going to be administrative division also, I understand that.
For Telangana?
No, I completely get your point. Parsa Venkateswara Rao, do you think the rest of the state, barring Telangana if it ever comes to being, the Rayalaseema regions and the Seema Andhra regions, do you think their business, their infrastructure and their investments will be affected because Telangana will be the new hub of activity? Is there a danger of that happening?
Not really. I mean, as Dr. Shravan Kumar has pointed out, Hyderabad is a cosmopolitan city, and the investments will remain and they are safe. And the TRS is assured that they would welcome Andhra investments in Telangana, which is interesting. But the Andhras would have to invest in their own state, in their own coastal area to understand that, okay, they need not withdraw the investments from Hyderabad, but they may have to look at the whole issue again. But the one point I just wanted to point out was the political issue. You know, there are political complications and political compulsions which cannot be wished away. That is one reason.
I'm glad you brought that out. Let's talk about Jagan Mohan. I don't have much time right now. Where does Jagan Mohan fit in right now? I mean, the Congress is seeking to balance that particular deck of cards also.
The Congress believes that Jagan Mohan is popular in Andhra and they need his help to win those seats in Andhra. They realize that they need to give the Telangana to retain their foothold in Telangana. I mean, they have to work both ways.
Right.
You know, one of the reasons why BJP could not form Telangana in 1999 was Chandrababu Naidu objected to it, because otherwise they would have formed it along with Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand and Uttarakhand.
And then when the Congress's turn came, YSR was a big enough leader to oppose it. And so Kiran Reddy is not.
So the political compulsions are strong enough, they cannot be wished away and they cannot even be laughed out, you know. So if any party, whether it is the BJP or the Congress, they have to do a very difficult tightrope walk in bifurcating the state.
I have no more time left, unfortunately, but one last comment I'll give to Mr. Shravan Kumar, sir, very briefly if you can, under 30 seconds. Mr. Mittal, I'll try to come to you also. Mr. Kumar first.
See, I think YSR Congress Party today seem to have lost their hope that they would exist in Telangana region once Telangana state is formed. So therefore, they have now taken a stand that at least let us grab a larger space in Andhra once the state is formed. So therefore, they tendered a resignation, assuming that by tendering the resignations, they won the, the Andhra people and things like that. And Kiran Kumar Reddy also probably has taken the same kind of a stand. Anyway, Telangana state will be formed. If not today, tomorrow, that will be a reality.
Okay.
So therefore, anyway, they will be confined to Rayalaseema region or Andhra region.
Okay.
So let us, have our own rightful of shares here.
Okay, Mr.
So
Kumar.
therefore, probably they have tendered these resignations.
Mr. Kumar, we wait with bated breath about the Telangana decision. Mr. Mittal, I have only 30 seconds and they're all for you.
My appeal to the Congress would be, please stop playing politics over dead bodies of these youngsters. Thousands who have committed suicides because of their emotional commitment to Telangana. Let us respect the aspirations of people of Telangana because it's their right. You're not doing a charity. And stop playing this politics.
Okay.
Last 9 years,
okay, you made
you've
your
been
point.
making statements, you've been inciting these people,
Right.
you've been giving hope,
Right,
and
Mr.
you
Mittal.
have been denying them their right.
Mr. Mittal,
Don't
to
do
quote
that.
the
That's a
Congress
cardinal
leaders,
sin.
the consultation period is over. Now we just have to wait for the final decision, and that can come anytime, perhaps tomorrow, perhaps day after tomorrow, perhaps 10 days, perhaps even later. We'll have to wait and watch. That's all the time I have on the NewsX debate tonight. I must thank all my guests before I leave. Partha Venkateshwara Rao, many thanks for joining us. Sudhanshu Mittal, D. Shravan Kumar, as well as Poonam Prabhakar, many thanks for joining us on the NewsX debate. I'm run out of time. I'm Athar Khan. Good night.